our lives, we've been told that change is inevitable, but that doesn't make it any easier. We've also been told that you can't always control the situation, but you can always control how you react to the situation. But again, that doesn't always make it easier. Personally, I've never been one for change because I like my comfort zone. It gets its name for a reason. I'm comfortable here. And if you step out of that zone, then you are uncomfortable. And that word literally means unpleasant. Why would I want to put myself in an unpleasant situation? The simple answer, I wouldn't. Like I said, I've never been one for change. I've always run from it and quite frankly resented it until one day I was pushed into it. In 8th grade, my parents decided that moving schools was the best option for me. Now, let me take you to my old school. There were maybe 30 kids in my entire grade. This was my life. From kindergarten to 8th grade, I was comfortable here. I had friends, I had routine, and I was even voluntold into the FFA program. And by that, I mean my English teacher made me stay after school for 2 hours one day, judging animals, which I had never done before. And then I was on a team for it. But it's okay because I loved the team. I loved competing with these students, and I fell in love with the organization. But then I was pushed out of it. I was put in this new situation where I didn't know anyone. I didn't find my classes, and I was terrified. I was in denial. The first couple weeks of school, I didn't talk to anyone. Why? Because this wasn't my comfort zone. I was happy in my comfort zone. I was so ready to move schools until I got there. And then it hit me. I wasn't ready for this change. We've always been told that change is inevitable, so you deal with it. But we've never been taught how to accept it and embrace it. Personally, I had never been taught that you can be okay with change and that it can be a good thing. My entire life, it has always just been, change is going to happen, so deal with it. Until one Sunday, I heard the Bible verse, Proverbs 21:5, which says, "The plans of the diligent are bound for abundance, but the poorly planned are bound for nothing but," it's bound for nothing but poverty. So during my personal study of this Bible verse and of the lesson we were reviewing, I came across the word intentionality. The dictionary definition for this word is to do so diligently or purposefully. There's the word diligent again. Doing things diligently and purposefully means doing it to show the importance it has to you. And that can look different for everyone. Maybe it's putting more effort into a relationship or a friendship that you're in. Or maybe it's putting more effort into your studies and your education by doing what you're supposed to do. But being intentional is not always easy. It's not always easy to put forth your best foot. For example, I have danced for 15 years. I am practically a professional, right? Dance comes as easy and as naturally as breathing to me, and it's just as important. So, because I've been doing it so long, the day came for my teacher to tell us that we had our solos. Now, I've had them before, so it should be fine, until she told us that we had to choreograph them ourselves. Now again, professional, okay? I can do this, no problem. Except I didn't. Because every week we would walk into the room and my dance teacher would say, "Hey, how's that solo coming along?" I would just say, "Oh, it's going great," because I assumed when I started, it would be great. Except we never got that far. Because the day came for our final practice before the recital. My dance teacher always makes us show it to her completely finished. Now don't get me wrong, this woman is a saint, but when she tells you to do something, you do it. So she called my name, ready for me to get on stage and perform this solo that I have had months to work on. It's fine, I'll wing it. So I get on stage and the music starts, and I am as ready as I'm gonna be. So I started dancing my little heart out. About halfway through the song, I realized that this was the first time I had listened to that song all the way through. That's when the panic hit. I've never heard this song before. I listened to the first part of it and thought, yeah, that would sound great. So the saint that this woman is, after I got done, she looked at me with a smile and said, "It's good, but it could use a little bit of work." Now, again, my dance teacher for 15 years, I know what that meant. That it was horrible. That I needed to go home and dedicate all of my time to this. Because the recital was the next day, so you would think I did that. Except I didn't. I went home and laid out my costumes, decided what I was doing with my hair and my makeup, but never quite made it to finishing that solo. But again, professional, okay? So I go and we get the recital started, we're doing our dances, and then it comes time for me to dance. So I was standing backstage watching the cute, adorable little girls shaking their booties on stage, loving every second of it. And then the curtain closes, and this is when I'm supposed to go up there. That is when I regretted every moment up until that point. Because I stepped on stage and Miss Dana looked at me and she smiled and gave me a thumbs up. I gave her a thumbs up back, but I was panicking, okay? I have heard this song all the way through one time, and I'm supposed to give a fully choreographed dance in front of hundreds of people. So I do my best, and I kind of just winged it. And then after, she gave me a thumbs up and said, "It's great, baby." It wasn't. No one could tell that dance was the most important thing in my life because I didn't put forth the effort to practice my solo. I wasn't intentional with my time or my efforts. No one knew that dance was the most important thing to me because of it. So after that is when I decided I was really going to buckle down on this whole intentional thing. Because it is important. Once you learn to be intentional, you can learn that change isn't all that bad. You can accept it with an open heart and mind because you're ready for it. Because it's important to you so other people can see that. Being intentional looks different for everyone, but it's important to know what you want to be intentional about. So what I want everyone to do is pull out your phones with me. And I want you to open the Notes app. This is the place where everything important goes, so we're writing it here. For your title, I want you to write the name of someone who has been intentional with you. Someone who has put forth their time and effort into your success. And under that, I want you to be intentional about how you thank them. I want you to tell them how thankful you are for everything that they've done for you. While you're doing that, I'll read you mine. The Mississippi FFA Association. Thank you for the best 7 years of my life, for showing me that change isn't always bad, and there is always someone behind you to support. Thank you for growing the young leaders of the state and teaching them how to better themselves and those around them. Thank you for the friendships and relationships I've had throughout these years. And thank you for teaching me to be intentional. So Mississippi FFA, I encourage you to be intentional.
She's so good.
I'm kind of getting choked out over here, Bradshaw. Come on, let's get up here.
Is there an accepted retirement address of Jenna Walters?
Mr. Chair.
The chair recognizes Brooke Miller from Leesville, FFA.
I move to accept the retirement address of Jenna Walters.
Is there a second?
Stop.
The chair recognizes Jenna Jenna. Oh, where to begin? When I first met you, I didn't know what quite I thought about you, but getting to know you throughout this year, I am beyond thankful for our friendship and our year together. I thank you for all the laughs, cries, hugs, and everything else that you did for me throughout this year. Love, Brendan, Chris, Addie, Harley, and Hunter. Mississippi FFA, your 2022-2023 State Vice President, Jenna Walters.